Hi YouTube viewers and friends, this is Mini Prepper, and this is Monday, the Monday after the Friday landfall of Hurricane Harvey, and my location is in Walker County, Texas, about 100 plus miles north of the first mile marker in Galveston, Texas, and we are getting rain all day long, all night long. And this is what the backyard looks like today. I told you guys my furniture didn't wash away because we had no current, but one of my chairs did wash up into the yard. And again, it's heavy composite. I'm not really worried about it. It's nothing a little hosing off and bleach won't take care of, but I don't like it sitting in the water, but I'm not going to climb down into that water and get it right now for various reasons, one of which are animals. We have had alligators in this lake, so this is my neighbor's yard. As you can see, this is a before picture, and there is the little fence that I walked past in the video, the calm before the storm, Hurricane Harvey, which you can refer to if you want to see what things were like before the water started to rise. My neighbor probably flooded yesterday, and the water's down just about maybe 5 to 6 inches today, so the water is not encroaching upon his house anymore. However, that may change, as you may see. That little fence that I shot, I was standing where the water is now to take that shot back along the dam to look up at my house. As you can see, we have tons of people coming down here to look at the dam, maybe 2 or 3 groups per hour coming down here just to see this, because this is unusual to say the least. The biggest rainfalls that we've had back here have come up almost to this degree, but they also go down quickly. And I can't lie and say I'm not worried about the integrity of these earthen dams. We have one above us, and then this one, and then one below that. And where we're located, there was a historic flood, I think back in the early part of the 20th century, that wiped out a civilian conservation corps dam. This is another shot of my backyard. My little statue's completely underwater, as is maybe almost the duck house that my neighbor has. And I'm trying to take a picture of how far the water is encroached. Now you can see how high the water was by the debris field there, which is a mess. And all of this is soggy and wet, and I discovered a spring adjacent to our front yard. It's either a spring or it's a city water pipe that burst, so I'm going to let it be a spring. So I walked a little bit further up the street. I wanted to show you guys how we get these flash flooding events back in here. And we are cut off right now from going into town because we just don't want to run our cars. There is standing water or flowing water in several of the streets, and I'm walking back here just to show you guys an example of that. Well, we have these hills and little sloughs and valleys all over this area where I live, and I have to give kudos to the engineers who put in the original drainage system back here. I guess back in the 60s and 70s they did it right, because we can get torrential rainfall like this and still have relatively dry streets in most areas. Many of our lots in here are not developed. The subdivision took off and then kind of fizzled out, as it were, or people bought lots in here for other reasons, like using the fishing lakes and that kind of thing, which you can use in the pools and the recreational venues. But we have a lot of undeveloped property back in here, which makes it nice for us as homeowners, right? Because you don't have a house on top of you every 2 or 3 feet. And we like that. We like the city coming back here and taking care of the roads, and we're not anti-HOA people, especially when the HOA pretty much leaves you alone. Down on this street, we have some drainage from the ravine that runs through some of these undeveloped lots. And this right here makes this street impassable to the people who live in the back if they want to pass this with their cars. You can still pass this with a big truck, which probably 50 to 70% of people in Texas own one of these big monster trucks. You can see that even though the gutter area is open for water, it is not able to contain all the water that's flowing down into it. The water level right now is still rushing and the rain isn't pouring, so you get an idea of what we're dealing with down here. This is Mini Prepper. I hope you're high and dry, and I am out.